We're excited to be talking to my guest today. Her podcast is becoming quite iconic, and she's had such a fascinating rise as an entertainer. Okay, she's usually the one asking the questions, but today we're going to switch things up and put her in the hot seat. We're going to dig deep as we discuss how to blend two things that don't normally go together: performance art and journalism. Welcome to the show, Bobbi.
Thank you for having me.
So the first question I have to ask you is, are you in character right now?
I'm not.
You're not, so I'm getting the real Bobbi.
You are.
Okay. Well, let's start at the top, because at first, when I heard about you or when I saw your stuff, you did a lot of mom content.
I did.
And then you kind of walked your way into journalism. Did you have a journalism background?
No, I did not. I just wanted to start a podcast, and I kind of modeled after a podcast that I listened to.
Which podcast was that?
How I Built This with Guy Raz.
Ooh, How I Built It. Shout out to Guy.
Yeah.
So when you initially said, okay, I'm going to do this podcast, did you know what it was going to be about? Did you immediately say just like, okay, it's going to be kind of like entertainment, I'm going to take on this persona?
So in the beginning, my plan was that I was just going to interview rich people and like figure out how they just make them uncomfortable, I guess, and like ask how they're rich and like what it's like to be rich and stuff. But I very quickly, I thought I was going to be like a good interviewer. I realized I wasn't. So then it just became a parody. And yeah, that's how it became just like a parody of a good podcast.
So how would you describe the character that you play on your podcast?
A horrible interviewer. It's really nice too seeing your setup. It's so like legit. Everything is so legit in here. Mine's not. It doesn't I don't have a cool, this is so cute, everything in here.
Thank
but mine
you.
does not have any of that. I would just describe her as a horrible interviewer.
Interesting. So horrible. You came in knowing, okay, I was maybe going to be a good interviewer.
Yeah.
I'm not, but maybe I should just go with this.
Yes.
So what are the similarities between the character that you play and you, the real Bobbi?
The similarities. I mean, I am really awkward in real life. So yeah, it's not always an act. Like I genuinely am really awkward at times. So
that's the real part of it.
That's the real part.
Okay. Well, do you think the character kind of helps you?
Yeah.
So how?
Because I can I know that I'm acting, so I can just say things that I normally would never. I can talk to people I wouldn't talk to. It's just that person's more confident than I am.
Yeah, they're confident in their awkwardness. They lean in.
Yeah. I don't lean in real life. I'm get me out of here. This is so uncomfortable everywhere I go. But yeah,
interesting. Well, I mean, having a podcast myself, I'm learning a lot of different things, especially behind the scenes. I mean, when someone comes into your space, whenever you're recording, are you in character right away? Do you kind of intro yourself in the beginning and then you're oh, by the way, we're about to get into it, so just know I'm going to be extra? Or do you kind of surprise them?
I feel like most of them have already seen it, so they kind of know what they're getting. But I definitely always start off normal. There's been a few times where it's not, I don't know, it's just there's one that I did and it's going to come out this week.
Okay.
But with Michael Cera.
Oh, that's amazing. I live for him down.
I know, it was part of a campaign.
Okay.
And because it was, I walked into the room and had to immediately be in character, but he's an actor, so he kind of just was in it, and it was great, but it was so awkward at the end because it was okay, well, yeah, it was so nice meeting you, all right, bye. It was weird. So that's the weird part.
You said at the beginning that you kind of like the idea of it being awkward and pissing off these rich people, so to speak. But now people know the show. So how has that changed how you can approach the interviews? Because now it's people come in knowing Bobbi's going to do some weird shit.
Yeah.
How am I going to kind of take control of the interview? How do you balance that?
I don't know. I kind of just wing every interview I do and just feed off of the energy of the person I'm interviewing. I feel you can kind of tell what I can say, I don't know if we're kind of just this, I just feed off their energy really. So I don't know.
Have you ever had to break the character down? Has it ever gotten stalled to a moment where it's just they're getting mad or it becomes so awkward that there's nothing to say? Or
never anybody getting mad. All of them have been there's been times where, every time it gets awkward. It does genuinely get awkward.
Driving awkward into the ground.
Yeah, we are. There are times during it where I'm in my head, I'm oh my God, this could not be more awkward if I tried. This is so bad.
Ooh.
But I would say that no one's ever gotten mad, and everyone usually sometimes I'm oh my gosh, people are really I'm opening the door to roast me, so people they roast me,
so they
get me good.
What's the most uncomfortable interview that you've done, or I guess awkward or roasting, however we put it into words? What's the one where you're oof?
My interview with Offset, he roasted me the whole time he came.
Did you expect this though? Did he have the attitude of yo, blah blah blah, when he came in, or was he kind of quiet and then he just came out of nowhere?
Oh, it kind of came. There was a little bit of before we talked and stuff with everyone in the room, and it was like pretty normal. I was unexpected. I was like, oh, I don't know. I just was like, oh my goodness. And we kind of just like roasted each other for it, but he's way better at it. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I got myself into.
Okay, what was the interview that made you laugh the most?
Like watching it back.
Yeah, or watching it back, or maybe, I mean, during it. I don't know if I've ever really seen you laugh during it.
I always laugh. I always cut it. Offset, I laughed a lot during that interview. I cut out every time I laughed, though, because it was like so often we had to switch cameras to him, because like I'm just over there like, oh my God. Like it would just be like he'd look down at my legs and be like, your legs are so ashy. And I was like, oh my God. Like I am... Like it was brutal. And then we have everyone in the room while we're recording. Like there's at least like 10 people in the room, and they're all laughing too. So it's just like,
yeah,
it's pretty funny to be in the room during it.
So podcasts are obviously a form of entertainment, but it's also like a great way to tell stories. I mean, I know you've admitted that you're not like actually trying to be a good podcaster per se, but ultimately you want people to get something out of it. So has this character, or like even when you're talking about the interview with Offset or whoever, like has it ever stopped you from being able to actually get something good out of it?
I mean,
or do you care to get something good out of it?
I don't really care to get anything good out of it. Wow. I don't do any research before. I don't do...
Now, Bobbi, this is crazy.
I know. I also just like... I don't want it to be like, I don't want to ask questions that are going to make the guest like uncomfortable. I'm not trying to get like viral clips in that sense. You know what I mean? I don't want to get like dirt on them or anything. Yeah. So it's like, I kind of just don't want to even ask. Like, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to ask you anything that will make you like actually uncomfortable. I just want it to be like a fun, not real
just
interview.
Entertainment.
Yes. Like not, sometimes like I accidentally get out stuff that's like real, but like it's not intentional ever. It's just kind of like...
I know you mentioned it doesn't seem like people actually get the point of the show, or they don't understand where you're coming from. How does that sit with you, like in a real way?
I mean, I do, like, I think that I thought that people would just like know that was a character, and I think there's a lot of people that are like, oh no, that's just how she is in real life. So I've been trying lately to like make sure that there's like this is like, I want to get into acting, and this has always been my like...
Really?
Yeah, that's why I'm here actually. Do you have anything you want to put me in?
Okay, so then you've always like had, you maybe didn't have interest in journalism, but you had
in acting. So it was my way of like, I no one's putting me in their movies right now or shows right now, so like this is kind of my way of like acting. So that's like what the character is just me like acting. So then how do you like deal with the backlash, especially like okay, so for like the Drake interview, and then it rolls over to the Yachty, then it rolls over to the Offset, and then there's like these Twitter threads where they like this white girl coming in hip hop, and she's capitalizing off of it with this character that kind of like leads into some negative stereotypes. Like, do you care about that when you start doing your next interviews, or are you like what do you think when you read this stuff? Well, so during it, everything kind of happened like I was like, I didn't, like I said, I don't really plan anything, so it's like my Drake interview happened just because like Funny Marco interview happened. Like he followed me from there, and then Drake told Yachty to come on, so then Yachty comes on, and then like I like Tyga followed me, so then I DM him, and I'm like, oh, do you want to? So it's like just whoever, but like I also asked a million other people too.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be like there was kind of like a connection in the beginning, and but I don't know. I don't like. I definitely see what people say online. Like,
I mean, it makes you go viral too.
I don't like to go viral for, like they say, all publicity is good. I don't love when I see publicity that's not good at all. So yeah, I kind of like took a step back because of the.
Well, I was seeing a Twitter thread the other day. It was like she only interviewing Jessica Alba and people like that now. So I was curious. I was like, did it kind of spook? Did you feel like, wait a minute, like I don't want to be negative, or was it just like what made you kind of take that step back?
The step back was just like my mental health was just not good at all. I mean, I had like my kids. I didn't realize too I had like the worst postpartum anxiety, like but I just
it sneaks up on you personally. The anxiety of the postpartum.
You're like, you don't realize that it's not like, I'm like, I don't want to be medicated, like I'm fine. And then I got medicated, and I was like, oh my God, this is how normal people feel.
So do you think that, I don't know, like that was kind of the shtick? It was like, okay, she's like, there's this white girl who seems like too super straight laced. She's interviewing these hip hop rappers, and that was kind of thing that people were like looking forward to, but then also people were like low key hating on. And then it became this thing where it's like now people are coming on the show, like you said, just to roast or just to kind of like blow up the character in a way. Mm-hmm. How does that change your then trajectory?
I mean, I think I'm doing like the same thing I was doing in the beginning, which is just anytime I hear a cool name, I'm like, okay, I'll interview them.
Yeah.
So anytime I find someone that I think would be a good guest, I'm like, okay. And again, I know who I am. I know that.
So who are you?
My name is Bobbi Althoff. I feel like because I have this podcast mic, by the way, it's so hard for me not to just like jump into like
jump
start
in.
interviewing you right now.
You can interview me too.
There we go. I know
you're very good at deflecting and bouncing off.
I'm so good at that.
I'm really impressed with it.
Thank you. What was the question?
Well, the question actually, I got lost in my question, but I can rephrase. I can rephrase like a new one. But ultimately, how does it change your trajectory that people? Because this is the thing, right? Once people are aware of stuff, it kind of can take the fun out of it.
Yeah.
Because then you don't get to do your thing because it's like now they know what's going to come.
Yeah.
I mean, just how do you keep the shtick going when so many people are trying to like blow it up?
I mean, I want them to know it's like a fake thing. So I feel like it's pretty easy for me to keep up now. And it's like even more fun now if people really understand like that's not like you're just watching something purely for entertainment. It's not. Yeah. And now I've been able to like with the break and then coming back, like really decide like what I want this character to be. Cause I didn't really get to put much thought into it before. But as far as like I don't know, like I want it to be more like comedy. So it's like I'm taking acting classes now. Like I'm really trying to like just, like I said, I want this.
And do you care like in terms of, so there's art, there's performance art, there's people that perform art, they want it to mean something or say something. There's also people that just want to perform art just to entertain you. But then when you get into like the cultural elements of it, genres, the different people you're interviewing, do you want to take that into account? Like, do you think like, okay, if I'm going to do this shtick, maybe I should be like conscientious of X, Y, and Z after having some of this like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, people really looking in and zeroing in. Like once you see these threads and that people take what they see so seriously, does it make you want to take it more seriously?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like don't want to offend anyone at all. Yeah. So like, I try to not offend people. Yeah. Like I spend my whole life trying not to offend anyone at all. So yeah, I definitely like take into account what I'm reading and stuff. And I don't want people to think, I mean, like I said, I know who I am and that I genuinely like, I just found cool people that like I was shocked would ever come on my podcast, and it was like a very like, of course I would interview them. Like every person I've interviewed, it's like I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe this person would ever like want me to interview them and go along with this. So yeah, but I definitely like do think of that and like see all of.
So how do you balance that and still performing your art? Because I mean, they're like, for instance, like I'll use somebody like Kanye West, for instance. His performance art can go so severe, right? But we love it. It's like, it's crazy and he'd be doing a lot of wild stuff, but also it's kind of like a part of his character. And he seems really dedicated to trying to be so true to that despite what anyone thinks. So for you, how do you balance still being able to give people entertainment but not overly being affected by what they say or how they're going to take it?
I mean, I think I need to work on not caring so much about what people think, because like you look at Kanye West, he's so successful. And it's like, but you just can't care about what people say.
You can't. It's like, it depends.
Yeah,
like everybody, it depends on what kind of artist you want to be.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to just like, I just am someone who cares way too much. So it'll put me in like, oh God, I'm not going to post for like 6 months because I'm like, how do I make everyone, I want everyone to like me. And then when they don't, I'm like, oh my gosh. But like in my ideal world, everyone just like loves me and like welcomes me with open arms. And like the real
ideal world.
I know. But in the real world, it's not like that. So it's like, yeah, I don't think I'll ever be someone who doesn't care about what people think. And I'll always be a people pleaser. So it's like,
okay. So what would you say to the people that feel like, okay, you're just capitalizing without concern? If that's not who you are, what would you say you are doing?
I don't think I was like capitalizing. I think I was just like taking people who I thought were really amazing and like interviewing them, but I didn't think more like deeply into that. And I can see how like, I definitely can see how people would come to that conclusion. It's like, it's crazy though. And I know a lot of people thought like I mean, it's crazy. Like again,
assuming it's a setup or assuming, I mean, or then there's always the industry plant gag.
I know.
You're not an industry plant, right?
I am, but
so wait, what is the industry plant to you?
I mean, I don't truly like know. What is that? I feel like it means like, I don't know. I mean, like the industry is like helping you. Like I don't know where. I know I applied and they were like, yeah.
What I think is an industry plant is. What I think industry plan is, it's like somebody that has been like, that is tied to someone else in the industry and uses those connections to capitalize, and they like have zero talent.
That makes more sense than what I thought it was. So I was like,
what did you think it was?
I don't know, like some, like the industry like comes in and is like, hey, like we pick you, you're going to be the next, I don't know. Yeah. I don't have any ties though. So I would love to have had ties. I feel like my life would have been a lot easier if I had ties. Don't have any ties. Yeah. Just have like,
well, you do feel kind of planty. We do have the same manager, so is this?
I know, isn't that crazy?
Feels a bit planty.
This is definitely
you got here in 5 minutes. It took me 20 years.
Hey, it has been a minute. 20 years. You started so young.
Yes, girl. I've been working hard.
Yeah, it did not take you. I think you're the real industry plant.
Do you think that's representative of the times, or do you think that's
I don't know.
cultural?
Like, I don't know how you got in it. Like, it's like I wanted to be like a child actress.
But it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Did you tell your parents?
Yeah.
And they were like, "Fuck off."
No, they were like, "We'll take you to like a scam LA thing where we like where we pay the little bit of money we have, and then we hope that you're gonna be an actress, and it doesn't amount to anything. So you go back to school and like and let your dreams die."
Wow. And then you just started it back up one day.
I was like,
Instagram.
yeah.
You're like,
TikTok,
oh yeah, my
I was like, my dream. I want to be.
So what do you think the secret is? Like to the secret sauce of like going viral, of being a content creator?
So the secret to going viral is like, don't be afraid of being like embarrassing yourself. I to this day embarrass myself all the time. Like, really put yourself out there. I'm like, I know a lot of people who definitely are like, oh, well, what will people think if I post this? But I just say like, post everything. I'm also just like a chronic like oversharer.
Yeah.
So that really helped me on the podcast or like not in the internet, because it's just like, I have no problem sharing all of my insecurities. I have no problem sharing things that are like, I'm like my boobs. Like, I was so embarrassed about that. And I was like, let me just like make fun of myself for this.
It's interesting because it's almost as if you're like an extreme contradiction, which we all are, right? Because on one hand, it's like I'm awkward, I'm insecure, I'm X, Y, and Z, but then also like lean in, show it all.
On the internet,
what is this?
It feels like it's not real life. It's so weird because I can be like, look at I would never walk into like a store with my boobs like showing that they're like the different sizes. I would not, like, I go as far as to like put a pad in one size so they look even in real life. So it's like on the internet, I feel like I can be like very, I don't know, because it doesn't feel real.
I do kind of understand this because there is this thing with the internet where you kind of feel like you don't really know me for real, so I can kind of just like be a version of myself that isn't really real. But then do you get lost then at that point? Do you get lost in the character? Like, do you get lost in your life? Like, do you get lost of what, like, who you want to be online and who you really are?
I mean, I feel like I can't possibly get lost. My life at home is so boring. Like, it's not like it's a complete like.
What's your life at home?
I'm just a mom with kids who are like attached to me, and I cannot like. I loved walking into your house, by the way. I was like, I should have brought my kids with me. Like, they would have had so much fun here.
We got the ball pit.
Yes.
My son, he has way too much. He's not even a year old yet. He can barely use all
I know.
this
I was
stuff.
like, how old is he?
Girl, I got a 5-year-old.
I was like, oh my goodness. He is living a great life up there.
We call him Master Leo. He is the master.
He really has like every toy imaginable. My kids would have loved to be here. To be so loud and so like 1 and 3.
1 and 3. So you're at home. You're a mom.
Yeah,
that's your everyday.
That's my everyday.
And then you like go and you escape in your content creation.
Yeah, once a week I go do some work. They know mommy goes to work, and they're like, I don't want you to go, and I'm like, I do though. I need some space here.
Okay, so you've interviewed, some of the biggest celebrities from, like, we were talking about Drake, Offset, Lil Yachty, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Cuban. Let's be real. How the hell did you get all these people to come on? You're just a mom creator, and then you do the podcast. How the hell did you get all these people to come on your show? It was just that one interview with Funny Marco. Yeah, love Funny Marco, by the way. Shout out to him. So you did that interview with him. You guys both have similar shticks.
Yeah,
different variations, but a lot. By the way, a lot of people felt like you stole his shtick.
I know.
How did you feel about that?
I was just like,
did you steal his shtick?
I did. I'm so sorry, Marco. It's up.
I guess everybody says it was really we
both stole Zach Galifianakis, and we owe him an apology because we've made a lot of money off of stealing his shtick. But I don't know, like, so the way that I found Funny Marco is because someone commented under my page and was like, you have such a similar sense of humor to Funny Marco. And I was like, who's that?
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
You know what's going to happen? All the comments are going to be filled with people being like, why the fuck does she have her on her podcast?
Right. I do wonder what do you think they're going to say when they see you on the podcast?
I don't know. I never know. You just like throw it out there and you're like, I hope they might hate me. They might like me. I don't know.
They wanted you to answer to some things. I know. I feel like we've been talking about it. You've been answering to the things, the questions that the people have been saying.
I'm trying my best.
You're getting into it. Okay. So like I said, you interviewed all these people. How did you get them on your podcast? What was the trick?
The trick, persistence. Don't ever, like, don't be afraid of. I like Funny Marco. I like just threw. I was like, I'm gonna. At the time, like, he had such a large following, and I was like, there's like, he is so famous. How am I ever gonna get him on the podcast? I remember he was like my like. There's no way he's actually gonna come on this. Yeah. And I like posted a story and I was like, Funny Marco, come on my podcast and I'll give this girl money if you do. And he was like, okay. And I was like, no way. And he came to my house and he did it. And then then he called me one day and was like, look, Drake followed you. And I was like, oh, no way. I go look and I was like, no way. What the hell? Like, what? I didn't follow him. Like, I was like, this is crazy. And then he was like, he followed you and liked our clip together. So I was like, that feels like he wants to be on my podcast. And I was like, he's not going to say yes though. I was like, there's no way if I DM him, he's going to say yes. So I waited on it like a day. I was like, and then a day and I was like, so when are you, I don't know what I said. I was like, so when are you coming on my podcast? And then it happened.
Drake came on your podcast. What were you thinking? Like, I mean, I know you said you don't prepare, but this is motherfucking Drake. You listen to Drake's music?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I think everybody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you didn't, it was a trick question.
I was like, I don't know that anybody.
Love me. Like, come on. So Drake came on, and what was the beef? What was the thing? What was the thing that went viral?